The narrative seems to be this is your last shot at a UFC title. Do you feel that way at all?
People say the weirdest thing. I mean, when somebody gets into the Super Bowl, should they stop trying to go back into the Super Bowl? You got to be kidding me! I've been at this sport for 13 years. I mean, people want to see me fight all sorts of people out there. So, people have said that. You know how many times people say that? You know, and there's a story to every win and every loss. Like I said, Dominick hasn't fought one of the guys that I've lost to. 0. Okay, so I've had twice as many fights. There's a lot that needs to happen still, and it's all about this weekend. But there's no last anything. I'm gonna get the strap.
How much did Cody's performance last weekend help you or motivated you for this fight?
It motivated me a lot. I mean, it's motivating just being in the gym with that guy. For those that don't know, I mean, that guy has a heart of gold. He's an amazing kid, amazing talent. The confidence that he has and the way he approaches everything is top notch. So to see him get that victory that he asked for that fight, and he pushed for that fight because he wanted it. He's like, ew, I'm getting no respect. See him go out there and do that was big. You know, we've got an amazing team. It's the best it's ever been. And, you know, we're seeing guys like Josh Emmett that just stepped in on short notice and got a massive win. And the list goes on and on of our up-and-comers. So to see Cody go out there and represent and show the new age of Team Alpha Male is pretty awesome.
You're talking about having the new age. I mean, do you start thinking maybe it's getting towards the end for you at all? Maybe it's time to not be active?
Well, it's undoubtedly getting a lot closer to the end than it was 13 years ago. But, I mean, this is a sport where you have to be realistic, and I train every day with killers, and I know where I stand. I'm at the top of the heap, so I'm not gonna put a label on anything of when's time or when's not time. I'm just gonna enjoy myself, have a good time, share my butt off. I mean, this is really the best I've ever felt with the weight cut, with the fight preparation. It's, you know, I've been a little bit stubborn. I'm a super health conscious guy. I'm a guy that has my whole life been in touch with health and nutrition and being active and things like that. But I've added in some supplements for the first time with Purist Labs. The first time I've ever taken stuff like directly after a workout. And I'm a busy guy, so getting off the mat and getting into my car sometimes is, you know, people in my face.
You were a little concerned when we spoke a few weeks ago about the CSAC, the new rules that they're implementing for weight cutting.
Yeah.
Now that you know more about it, what do you think of it now? Do you do anything differently going into this fight week to prepare?
No, it's. I actually like all the rules. They're doing us a favor. They're making sure that we're going to be hydrated. We're going to be, you know, have the proper nutrition, all that stuff. So, I love the new rules. I love all the changes that are happening. I love that USADA comes and knocks on your door early in the morning. It just makes me feel good because everybody knows what a proponent I am for anti-PEDs and the weight loss. I love the health, the way they're looking out for the fighters. It's amazing.
Will you be weighing in early on Friday morning? Will you be taking advantage of that?
100%. I'll be there at 10 on the dot.
How much like this bad blood also influence the fight though? Like something that bad or
You know,
hitting somebody?
It's funny, the bad blood, I don't buy too much into it. I mean, it's funny when I watch these countdown shows and the competitive and stuff like that, you get to see kind of like a little bit of a glimpse into people's lives, and I don't care, you know. I'll take an enemy, I'll take it. You know, that's all good with me. I've got plenty of friends in the sport, guys that I've fought that are friends in the sport. It's nice to have someone that I don't really like very much, but I'm not buying into this or having extra anger.
Let's go,
I'm not
Faber!
angry. Hey, Biz B!
Look against Cruz, I like Dominick as well.
Yeah. Yeah, right. I don't know if I believe that. But yeah, it's gonna be a great time for me, man. I'm so excited. I feel so good.
We are doing like a rankings too for the best 200 fighters of the whole time. Like, in your opinion, who would be the best MMA fighter of the whole time?
So say that again.
Who is it the best
MMA fighter of all time? Geez, I'd have to give that some thought. There's a lot of great martial artists out there. But, you know, the guy that I think embodies our sport the best is a guy like Dan Henderson. Dan Henderson is just tough mentally, he's tough physically, he doesn't quit. I've talked to guys that have trained with him, I've trained with him. You know, one of my first weeks in the sport, 2003, I got to train with Dan Henderson, and the guy's just always training hard, always believing in himself, doesn't talk much. He's mastered multiple levels of mixed martial arts, so that just popped in my head because I have a lot of respect for a guy that believes in himself no matter what.